ladies and gentlemen.
Let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby IndyCarTim show. That show that you've chosen to click on. Hi, how you doing? We're making it all the way into this intro with a horrible mounting process that we're doing. But the text line, 214-937-0569. I'm Colby Sapp, and the guy that's shaking his head because I'm got Jumbo Bunny in my mouth is one IndyCarTim. What's up, Tim?
Hello, Colby Sapp. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to my show with Colby guesting with me tonight.
Guesting?
Guesting?
All right.
Just kidding. It's always Colby's show. We know that.
Well, you know, you're the one that told me that my name goes in front. I never even asked or anything. I didn't really care. Guys, we have a show, and ladies, how you doing? We have a show for you tonight. And you know what? I'd almost call it a great show, except for you never know how this thing's going to go until it's going. So we do have the sports report coming up after Tim tells us what day it is. And we get into, you know what? We're going to get into a little bit of that drop hip tackling that I'm now frustrated with. Good, bad, and ugly, we go over famous people's birthdays and label them either good, bad, or ugly. Mystery Shotgun, where I have some Wolverine and Deadpool news, along with maybe a sequel to a movie that you did not think was coming. Maybe you're excited for it, and, you know, maybe you're just mortified that they're going to try again.
You will be.
A little bit of Mavs and Stars talk, and, you know, probably some more Cowboys talk, because we always meander back into that somehow, no matter what we're talking about. And
That's what's important.
And news and notes is going to happen at the end of the show. But Tim told me that we have current events or a current affair that's happening and happened to you on the way here, like an hour before you got here.
Yep. So
something that involves you wanting to talk about in the intro of this segment.
So, Colby, at what point when someone gets old,
oh dear,
should we just keep them off of the roads?
Well, for my mom, it was when she had the all the grandkids in the car or in the van.
Oh no!
And they reported that they were going the wrong way on a particular road.
Oh no!
And might have went over a median.
Poor Elaine.
And to this day, we mention anything about riding in a van, and one of them will spout off, "Y'all remember that time?" I mean, they're in their 20s now. Y'all remember that time that we were all scared to death?
So I happened upon a scene that I was able to diffuse before it got way out of hand. And I'm talking there could have been gunplay.
Oh, dear.
This was a little terrifying. Now, I didn't know that as I was interjecting myself into the business.
Mark.
But Mark. So I roll into racetrack there in Little Elm, right on 423, as I leave my house to come in here to stock up on some Red Bulls for the Red Bull fridge here for my good old-fashioned show vodka Red Bulls, Colby.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like to park up front. I always park in an empty gas pump just because I don't like being close to people.
Because you're the jerk.
Well, they're open ones. Like, I'm not going to take one if they're all full and there's people waiting to get gas. But, I mean, they were all empty, right? There was nobody there. So it's not a big deal.
Still.
I've got a clean conscience about that.
All right.
So as I pull up, I'm, like, situating myself, getting my phone, turning off the car. I see this little SUV sort of pull in. And I see an old guy get out of it talking on his phone. And when I say old, like, he didn't look like he was alarmingly old, like 80s or even 70s, but clearly older than me.
Right.
So maybe 60s, right? Pretty well dressed, like doing okay for himself. See him walk into the store with his phone, right? At the same time as I get out of my car, I see another SUV park about 4 spots to the right in front of the door. Guy gets out, goes in. I go in, get my stuff, come out. As I'm getting in my car, I see old man from the car down here still on the phone. So he done all of his business on the phone, which, by the way, don't do that, kids. That's just rude.
Don't be that jackass.
Come out and try to get into the second SUV.
Oh.
Which, by the way, is the same color, but not the same make or model. All right. Down here, he got out of a Mazda CX-5, dark gray. This down here is a Nissan Rogue, dark gray. Okay, look, I get for those of you that don't know cars, they all look the same. All SUVs, and I sort of get you, all right? But I just happen to have been raised around cars, paid attention my whole life. I can tell the difference.
That's a weird brag.
Between a Nissan Rogue and a Mazda CX-5 2 miles down the road, I promise. So I'm kind of watching it because I've already realized, I'm like, oh, he's getting in the wrong car. And it's locked. And he can't get in. I see him pull his keys out of his pocket. He's hitting the button. And the lights are going off on his car 5 spots away, right?
But he's on the phone, so he can't hear.
But he's on the phone.
Oh, this is good.
And he's like, and he looks in the window, and he's like pulling on the, it looks like he's going to break the handle. He gets off the phone, and he's still yanking on it. He tries all the other doors.
Mark.
At the same time, the guy walks out of the store, and he's like, can I help you? And he's like, no. Like, I hear the whole thing. No. Well, what are you doing to my car? He's like, this is my car. And he's still pulling on the things. He's still hitting the thing. He's not hearing his car go off down there. And the guy's like, dude, get away from my car. This is my car. And he hits his locks and unlocks it and gets in. Now old fart thinks he's still in his car.
Oh, shit.
And he's banging on the glass.
What are you doing?
And the guy's like doing this inside, like, you know.
Right.
And he's hanging on to the car. So the guy came back. Other people are like, look, at this point, everybody's looking. I run over there and I said, sir. He's like, get the F away from me. I'm like, sir, this isn't your car. This is my car. Went off on me, putting his finger in my face. I said, sir, your car's 4 spots down. He turns around and he looks.
Oh, dear.
And he's still hitting his thing. And he goes, God damn it. And just walked away.
No,
not a thank you, I'm sorry. Walked away, got in his car, and that guy rolls his window down. He's like, dude, I don't know what just happened, but thanks for that. I said, well, he's obviously distracted and thought this was his car, even though he couldn't open it. I said, I saw the whole thing. I watched him pull in like I just told you. You know, I said, I saw everything. He's like, I was serious. I got a gun under the seat. I was about to pull it out. I was scared. I was like, oh. Okay, guess I'm going to work now. I got a story to tell.
That's insane. Well, you know what? Okay, there's a couple of things. First, now that ending was told to the point that it was going to get to, I am now glad you walked up there.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know that was the ending,
you were going to get on to me for getting involved?
I probably would have stepped back and been like, all right. This is about to be stupid because, all right, I have many like rules involving stuff like this.
Thanks for joining the show, Jared. Yes, I am out here saving lives. That's what I do. I'm a hero, sir.
And one of my rules is that if you're going to be stupid to that level, I don't think you need help. To not be observant, right, and walk up to the wrong car.
No, and I totally get that.
I get that. Yeah. I've done that where I've been, walking up, and there's another, like, currently now black Honda Civic 2-door.
Yeah.
That's, in the place, and I'm like, trying to unlock it or whatever, and it won't. I'm like, what's wrong with this? And then I look in and realize, well,
it's not my car.
That's not it, because I don't see any protein bar wrappers in that one.
I don't see a back seat full of Whataburger cups.
Yeah, the Travelanche, as it used to be called. No, but I've been there. But to be that just locked in or unlocked, whichever one it is, then I would have probably sat back.
Yeah.
I'd have probably sat back and not thought about, because my total concentration would have been on the old man. I wouldn't have thought about, oh, my God, the dude in the car. right? Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're in the car.
Yeah, you're safe.
Just go ahead and start backing up.
Yeah.
Just leave. Let him call 911 for car theft.
And I don't know why I did, because I normally don't, man. I just leave crap alone. I don't want to get it. I just had a feeling, I was like, I can just fix this right now. Even though the dude was rude to me, I'm like, sir, just right there. Your car's right there. God dang it. Just walked away, mumbling under his breath, and drove off, screeched out of the parking lot.
Well, now that's first of all, you knew just by the looks of the guy. You don't even have to tell me what he looked like. You knew that this was the asshole.
Yeah.
You knew, because if you don't have enough common courtesy to get off of your phone while you go, do any kind of business. I know Quick Trip employees are in there, get you in and get you out.
Yep.
Thank you for coming. And they got their set lines to everybody. But to not be there for any interaction, like they're not even a person.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Me too.
I hate that the most. And I think you get what you get when you act like that. And that's also why I wish just randomly slapping people in the back of the head was okay.
Yeah. And what's funny is, so I had a job like that way back in the day when I was in between jobs and I just needed work. I got a job at a 24-hour truck stop, and I worked overnights.
Oh, yeah.
At the Love's Travel Stop just north of Denton. And I worked the midnight to 7 shift. And I would, if someone came up, I don't care if it was a trucker, I don't care if it was just a regular customer. If they were on their phone and they came to the counter, I wouldn't help them. If it was just them, I'd just sit there and stare at them.
Right.
If there was somebody behind them, I'd point at them and I'd bring them up to the front. If they're going to be on their phone. And somebody complained about it once, and then the manager said, well, you know what? We teach our employees to communicate with the customers. If you're on your phone, he can't talk to you.
Right.
And he supported me.
Well, first of all, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that would ever happen again.
Probably not anymore.
But secondly, okay, yeah. No, I totally get that.
Yep.
Was he also a speakerphone asshole?
No, he was just on the phone.
Okay.
I mean, as far as I could tell, I wasn't there with him, but he was holding it up to his ear, so I assume he was on the phone.
Somebody's walking around a grocery store or wherever you're at, inside a store, talking to their phone like they're, breaking out their out of date Star Trek communicator, and they're just talking to it. God, I just want to go slap their phones down, like the kids' books at school, where you just slap their books down and just the ground. The ground. Stop being an asshole. So there you go, everybody. Tim saved the day and made sure that no gunplay was involved at the
racetrack.
At the racetrack
in Little Elm.
In Little Elm. So if you didn't get shot at today, you can thank Tim if you were in Little Elm, because he stopped it all from happening.
Colby, I don't like to use the word hero.
Well, it's not hero. It's just you were the right man at the right spot,
Just being a human being, for God's sake.
I wouldn't say that.
Come on.
Hero thing. So I do have other things that I want to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
I could throw it to you for what day it is.
Whatever you want to do. It's your show.
You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Tim, what day is it, bud?
Thank you for asking, Colby. By the way, welcome to the Monday episode of the Colby IndyCarTim show, everybody.
What's up?
I almost said happy hump day. Monday should have its own day. Like, we should call it something if it's hump day on Wednesday.
Well, it's always just, it doesn't even need, it's Monday.
It looks like someone's got a case of the Mondays. All right. I'll think about what name to give to Monday. Colby.
All right.
To get us started off, it's a good one. As today, not just national, but it is International Waffle Day.
The waffle is a high grade morning wake-up call, right?
Do you prefer waffles over pancakes, or one over the other, or are you okay with either one?
You know what? I think I'm okay with either one. If it's like I'm at a place that does waffles and pancakes, I'll at some point try their waffle, but you're getting pancakes for the most part. So yeah, no, waffles are great. It's got little syrup houses for the butter and syrup.
Now, did you know, or are you aware, you probably are, but a lot of people aren't, that the recipes for your batter for pancakes and waffles are different. They're supposed to be different.
Right.
There shouldn't be the same. If you're using Bisquick to make your waffles and your pancakes, it's not the same mixture. You should be doing it different. And it'll tell you on the box that it's different.
Well, usually what I do, and this may not be what everybody else does, but for my pancakes, I'll just do, your regular batter. But then my waffles, I'll make the regular batter, but I will add Sprite to them.
Yeah, to make it a little fluffier.
That's right. Give it a little bit of that pop and zing.
Yeah. I like to actually put orange juice in my waffle batter. Like, not a lot.
Maybe you should try Fanta.
Don't you want a Fanta?
I mean, sometimes, especially when those ladies are singing to you about the Fantas.
Love to Fanta her.
Uh-huh.
Colby,
I don't
it
even
is.
know what that means.
We'll figure it out later. Colby, it is National Bed In for Peace Day.
I thought you were about to say National Bed and Beyond or whatever.
Bed Bath and Beyond Day.
It's like everybody's just gonna go there to get the just the scented candles.
I do like scented candles. The bed-in protest is a peaceful yet powerful way to protest a cause.
Is it by staying in bed?
I mean, I'm okay with that kind of protest. John Lennon did it. If it's good enough for him, it's probably good enough for me.
But
he was in bed with her.
Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know that you're protesting something if you're in bed?
Well, you have to call a press conference in your bed like he did and lay there in your pajamas under the covers while you've got reporters and cameras all around your bed.
Huh.
That's what I would do.
I'm not leaving this bed until this is fixed.
Yeah. Somebody order room service.
That's a win-win right there. You have to bring it all the way to the bed. I can't leave. Protest.
Colby, today is National Feast of the Annunciation Day.
What?
Celebrate the day that a virgin was told she would somehow give birth to a special child.
That's Christmas.
Well, no, not when she was impregnated, like violently by something.
What? Where are we? What are you talking about? I thought you were like Annunciation and stuff like that.
I am. You have to enunciate your words.
Well, what you enunciated made no sense with whatever day it is.
That's what it says. It says Feast of the Annunciation. Celebrate the day that a virgin was told that she would somehow give birth to a special child.
Okay, because it's 9 months until Christmas.
Is
I figured it out.
Is it? I mean, he wasn't born really on Christmas. We know that for a fact.
No, but
It's just a made-up day.
oh my god!
And how do we really know when she was impregnated?
Because it's Annunciation, some another day, a holiday. I just said Annunciation like that's a word. Said it confidently.
Oh, God, we have another. Oh, geez. Okay. All right, we've got 3 here in a row. I think they're all the same thing, and they all have 5-line words or names. So we'll find the one with the... You know what? I'll just read all 3 of these.
Okay.
Colby?
Yeah.
Today is International Day of the Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, or International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Illegal Trade, or International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members of the Transatlantic Slave Trade.
I'm gonna just ask them to pick a title. Just pick one of them.
Okay, either way.
I mean, yes, I understand, and yeah, that should be a day. Cool, but pick one.
I don't know why we have 3.
We don't have to go with all 3. Just pick one.
And like one of the pictures is of a person holding their hands up in the air with a broken chain in between them.
Okay.
One of the pictures is of a person with their hands wrapped up and bound in chains.
Wait.
The other picture is a person with their wrists bound in rope.
Let's go with the unchained guy.
Right. The other ones are sad. All right. Well, let's celebrate that, whatever we decide that it is.
It's one of them.
Colby, it is International Day of the Unborn Child. No, not that unborn child, because apparently she's not impregnated yet until today.
Till today, right.
So this is to honor life and commemorate the lives of unborn infants all over the world.
So we're
Does this mean they get an extra birthday?
So wait, are we going to start celebrating Conception Day?
Man, I wish. That's when your birthday should be.
Is when You can lock that down to what
Yeah.
time you and the old lady was hammering it out.
Yes, that should be your birthday.
All right.
We'll just call it Conception Day. Everybody would be they'd be able to like drink and vote a lot sooner. It is Maryland Day.
Monroe.
Maryland Monroe. That was her name before she changed it.
Right.
She's like, I don't need that D there.
I've got plenty of them over here.
They're gonna get. Thanks, John Kennedy and Joe DiMaggio.
That's right.
Oh my God.
He was Joe Maggio after she got done with him.
Immaculate. Colby, it is National Lobster Newburgh Day. I thought he did a Ranger report.
Hey, yes. In fact, we should go ahead and call Lobster Newburgh and see what's all
See what
about.
the Lobster Newburgh Rangers report has.
That's right.
It wasn't invented by an honored chef, but by a sea captain named Ben Winberg. Then why is it
Why?
Newburgh?
Because it's his new thing. Winberg's new
I don't
thing.
even know what Lobster Newburgh. Have you ever heard of Lobster Newburgh?
No, and I should have probably heard of it. I don't.
All right, Colby. Lobster Newburgh
Is
a rich seafood dish that's thickened with egg yolks and cream and spiked with sherry, cognac, or Madeira.
okay. So it's just lobster
With a
cream?
secret ingredient found to be cayenne pepper.
That's not a secret ingredient. That's just
No.
a base ingredient.
Put it on everything.
That's what you put cayenne, a little bit of cayenne in everything. Try it on your cinnamon rolls. It's good.
Colby, National Michelle Schaefer Half Moon Cookie Day.
The hell you said?
National Michelle Schaefer Half Moon Cookie Day. I don't know who Michelle Schaefer is or what a half moon cookie is. Do you?
I mean, no. Was her ass that great that you could look at half of it and celebrate it?
Just one side?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see one side of somebody's. Okay, and then maybe possibly the most confusing day of all time.
Man, there was already a couple of them today.
And we'll end with this one because it is National Old New Year's Day.
What? No.
Happy National Old New Year's Day, Colby.
Did we... What? It was from the Mayan calendar? What are we talking about?
It just says, have your second celebration of the new year on this old New Year's Day. When did they change the years?
When did they change when the year started? So you're telling me that...
May 25th was 1 year, or March 25th was 1 year, and then March 26th was a
next
brand new
year?
year. Like, that seems kind of ridiculous. They should have fixed that. Oh, wait, they did.
So I would have been...
So confused.
I'd have been a year younger right now?
Huh. All right.
So mine would have been next to the last month of last year.
I'm so confused right now.
I'm kind of there with you. I'll take being a year younger. That's pretty cool.
I've lost hope already. It doesn't matter for me.
Yeah, well, you know.
All right, Colby, let's kick it off.
Is it time to throw it to the Sports Report with IndyCarTim?
Yep.
And also Colby.
I'm Colby.
You know what? I want to get to the first thing that you've written down here because it intrigued me.
Taco news?
The taco news.
Colby, you're familiar with the Cowboys' former first-round draft pick, Taco Charlton.
I am.
He is back in football
He's with the USF.
as he is signed with by the way, the first opponent coming up next week of the Arlington Renegades, the Birmingham Stallions of the UFL.
That's right.
So we will see Taco Charlton on the first week. I don't know if they play Saturday or Sunday of the new UFL, the merged XFL and USFL coagulation. And, of course, they are pitting the XFL champion Renegades versus the USFL champion Stallions, and of course, they're not the same teams. You know, Here we are now a year removed, and players have moved on. Although the Renegades got their quarterback back, Luis Perez. I'm a little stoked, man. Football season's about to start.
You know what? With the knowledge of they're going to have even more time to put into this thing and more seasons to make this thing work, this might actually. I mean, I was into it, the XFL. I wasn't really into the USFL.
I never watched it.
But now, given the chance, we'll see what's happening with this combined league and the merging of talents, and maybe upping the talent pool a little bit by not people over here and people over there. So, see what happens with it. I'm
liking it.
Are they going to allow hip drop tackles in that one?
I bet they do.
Good. Because I'm ready. I don't care. I'm already getting into it.
And do you remember the USFL or the XFL kickoff?
I do.
And you're aware the NFL is proposing it for next year.
I am.
They haven't voted on it yet, but apparently it's got a lot of support. And I like it, man. I liked that a lot.
Well, yeah, because there wasn't two guys. I mean, there wasn't a lot of screaming running that was happening. It was right there in front of your face.
A lot less injuries.
A lot less injuries, but you still got some kind of return happening.
Yeah, and a lot better chance, by the way, for a long return because the runner doesn't have to meet the opposition coming head on, right? From 30 yards down the field. Man, I really hope it passes. I think just because of their movement to reduce injuries, and this has been proven to do that, I think they'll go with it, man, because I think it's great. For those of you that don't know, just go look it up on YouTube, the XFL kickoff from last year, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I hope they adopt it.
Advantage Cavante Turpin, by the way.
Dude, no doubt.
So that's going to be a thing.
No doubt. It'll make kickoffs much more exciting. And I hope they adopt I don't know that it's in discussion, but also the onside kicks, which that makes an onside kick impossible, by the way.
Right.
So hopefully they'll adopt the fourth and 15. And I heard somewhere they were doing a 4th and 12. It was going to be like 4th and 12 from the 28. You still had to get to the 40. But they were, instead of starting at the 25 and 15 yards, they were going to start at the 28 to make it 12 yards. I don't know what that 3 yards was going to do, but
well,
I'll take it either way, man. I love rules changes.
Except for the one that's happened today.
So Colby's not on board with the new hip drop ban.
No, I'm not, because and I'll ask this again. Once somebody gets past you, now how are you supposed to tackle them? You can't grab them by the shoulders and pull them down.
You can, just not inside the shoulders. You can still grab them by the shoulder.
Okay, Tim thinks you can, but if you do that, you're going to get a penalty.
No.
You are. You can't grab them by the shoulders and pull them down because you can't do that because that's too close to. They'll call it, and if you have a challenge, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, well, we blew that call, and you can have it back." But if you don't, and you've blown your challenge, well, then it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And now you can't grab them by the waist and pull them down. So here's what's going to happen: if somebody makes it past you, and you're behind them, you have to tackle them by their feet. Or grab them by their hand and pull them down.
Isn't that easier anyway?
I told you what they're going to do.
Just dive on the back of his legs?
It's just going to be a bunch of high-stepping going on. Don't touch my feet. Don't touch my feet. As they're running down the fucking football field.
I don't have a problem with this at all.
It's just one more thing. It's going from... Sorry, this is going to be my one time where I'm the old man and Tim's like rooting for change, which I know that should throw everybody off because it's throwing me off. I was used to football back in the day with clotheslines and everything else, and Ray Lewis running through MFers, and they would just they might be dead, but it didn't matter because shouldn't play football if you're not down with that. And now it's come to this. We're here. I mean, you already can't tackle the quarterback, like at all.
Don't touch him.
Don't touch the quarterback. And now if the guy that's got the football makes it past you, don't touch that guy either.
Don't touch him.
It's going to be, like a cornerback chasing a wide receiver as he's in front of him, and he's just going to have his hands up like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And you're probably thinking, well, surely the coaching staff will design or have a way for him to, form tackle for him. You believe the coaching staff on any team besides like the Chiefs are going to have that ready for their guys to do? They don't even know the overtime rules when they get into overtime.
In the playoffs. In the Super Bowl.
Are you shitting me?
I don't have a problem with it.
And Tim's counting on the refs to make the right call.
Yeah, you know the refs will make the right call, Colby. You just have to have faith.
Bullshit. Now they got something else that they got to screw up the whole time.
No, here's the deal with this. They're going to have, for this to work, they're going to have to massively define and very intricately define the act of a hip drop tackle.
The NFL still doesn't know what a catch is. What accurately
I'm not saying they'll ever fit. I'm just saying for this to work, they're going to have to
They're not going to figure
very
it out.
specifically define what this is and call it by the letter of the law.
Halfway don't know if they actually know exactly what a forward pass is. Have you looked at the rule book yet?
I haven't read the NFL rule book since like 1979. It was a lot thinner back then too, by the way.
It's changed.
By the way, do you remember, Colby, as a little kid watching the NFL
Yes.
when defensive linemen and linebackers would have casts put on their arms
So they
before the game so they could hit people with them?
they could club people with it.
God, that was so great.
Well, hell, Reggie White made that just a whole thing. He just ran up. I mean, I know his arm wasn't busted for that long. He just got there clubbing.
3 years. It's healing.
Crack.
It's healing all right.
Yeah. If he'd stop hitting people over the head with it, it might actually, heal a little faster.
But he was a minister, Colby. He had to play fair.
He's the minister of defense.
Minister of my fence.
What? That I don't even know what. You want that joke back?
No, I thought it was good.
Oh, well, good for that. Hey,
Was it not good?
I mean, no.
Colby Sapp, and other Cowboys news.
Yay.
Out of 32 NFL teams, and probably by no surprise to any Cowboys fan, the Dallas Cowboys were named the least improved team after the first week and a half of free agency.
You don't say.
But Jerry Jones is going all in, Colby. He's all in. Yet, they have added one outside free agent and linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Tony Pollard has left. Tyron Smith is gone. Dorrance Armstrong is gone. Dude, everybody. Dante Fowler is gone. Hey, they also re-signed Rico Dowdle, your running back of the future here in Dallas.
Well, until you find out who they pick up in the third round?
Probably, unless you get him at 20, or are they at 24, 26, 24? I can't remember.
Well, that's where I want them to get their center is there. So
I know you do.
Third round running back. And
That guy with three last names.
Yes.
Jackson,
Jinder Mahal.
Powers,
What?
Johnson, Robinson,
That's right.
Smith,
You know what? Just keep saying words.
Jones. Remember when we had Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Jones all with the Cowboys?
Yes.
Remember Jimmy Jones, the defensive lineman?
I do. Now, I know that and I wanted them to do a lot more than what they've done, obviously, because, I want this team to be fixed now. I don't want to wait till later. But as far as the folks that have left, I wasn't, like, each person that left, I was like, oh, well, goodbye. I wasn't broken by anybody.
I hated to see Dante Fowler leave, and Dorrance Armstrong.
Dorrance, I think, was the highest one for me.
Yeah.
And it was just because he felt like officially, like, that's one of our guys. Now, I know Tyron's one of our guys, too, but also thought maybe his time, it was coming to the end pretty quick.
And I've got some Tyron talk here when you're done with your rant.
All right. I'm done now.
Oh, that was it?
Well, I mean, you asking me when I was done, because I never know when I'm done. I don't even know what I'm saying.
It felt like you're going towards a really good point there for a second.
Well, it was optional.
Okay. The point was optional. All right.
Yeah.
So everybody's mad at the Cowboys for letting Tyron Smith go until they learned, oh, hell, he went to the Jets for $20 million.
Huh.
No wonder the Cowboys let him go. Holy cow. Now, Colby, we find out that is a big, fat, bald-faced lie, like I used to tell my dad to get out of trouble. And then I'd get busted and my butt whooped and
Right.
try to lie again the next day to get out of that. Because here are the not likely to be earned incentives that add up to $20 million.
Go ahead.
He gets paid $5.75 million if he plays 68% of the snaps,
Okay.
plus a $6.25 million bonus if he plays 98% of the snaps.
Okay, that's not happening.
Of course, with his injury issues, that's not likely. I don't even know about the 60. By the way, 98% is unlikely for any player, not just Tyron Smith.
Because, I stubbed my toe.
98%, that's ridiculous. I don't know that he can hit 68. There's 2 tiers to those incentives. He can make an additional $12 million if he plays every single offensive snap this year.
I mean, you got goals, man.
All of those add up to his $20 million, plus he gets paid $250,000 for each playoff win that he plays.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, we'll see.
And then $500,000 for a Pro Bowl appearance.
Well, that's doable.
All of that adds up to $20 million, which means, Colby, he's actually going to be playing for about $6 million, which should have been well within the Cowboys' budget to re-sign him had they wanted to.
I don't think they wanted to, Tim. I really don't think they wanted to.
Man, I don't... For $6 million, though, dude, that's nothing.
I understand, but I don't think they wanted to do that. I think, and I don't think this was Jerry. I think this was Steven going, I'd really just like to move on. Just kind of like it felt like there for a second that it was a little too early. I know you didn't believe this, but a little too early with like Des Bryant. I was like, no, I think it was time.
Well, I always wanted him gone. I was on board with that.
Yeah, I won't go into your stupid stuff right now.
Terrible Cowboy.
You're an idiot.
Doesn't
Stop.
deserve that number.
Shut up.
What do you ever do?
No, seriously, I was trying not to go here, but stop being dumb. So, yeah, but Tyron, all right, well.
So the Cowboys,
see you later.
If you're on that fence I know nobody wanted him for $20 million, but it's not going to be $20 million. It's probably going to be closer to $6 million. And I would want him here for $6 million. I'd be completely happy with that. For one more year, he's probably going to retire next year anyway. Let him play one more year here. Even if he plays very sparingly, right? I mean, he's not going to practice like he hasn't the last couple of years. He didn't participate in practice.
Right.
Walkthroughs, yes, but not padded practice or anything like that because of his injuries. And, you're probably going to draft another offensive lineman, hopefully a center. And he could have been here to help tutor him a little bit for one season, for $6 million. I get it.
Well,
I'm kind of like you. I'm like, you know what? He's gone. Whatever. It doesn't hurt. Now, something like this happened with Zach Martin, I'd feel a little stronger about it. But
watch out for that one. I know he's got a new contract and all, but
it doesn't mean anything anymore. We know that.
Watch out for that one.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. So, the only other thing I wanted to get into here during the Colby 7 IndyCarTim Sports Report, Colby, now that we got a minute or two left, is Shohei Ohtani had his press conference today.
Oh, the amount of bullshit that was flying around a press conference there?
I don't speak Japanese.
Right.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
You didn't need to sing a song about masturbation right
I
then?
do whatever I want, sir.
But you didn't need
Would you rather I just do it?
No, I'm saying you don't need to. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying you don't need to. Now, I'd rather you not.
Even him speaking Spanish. By the way, the fan carried the entire press conference. I don't know
Spanish?
why. Or sorry, whatever. They're all the same.
No, they're not.
Guatemalan. What is he? Is he Korean? Is he Canadian?
Yes.
Where'd he come from?
Yes.
Norwegian.
He's a Norwegian, Korean, Canadian. Just move on.
I mean, you just tried to explain to me right before the show that we can have Asian Canadians. I don't know how that's possible.
Shut up. That's a thing.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Because
that's like black people with British accents. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's not. It's a thing that happens, but please, now that we're in this stupid ditch, can we move out and get to your
So
point, whatever the hell it was?
Even him speaking Japanese in the press conference, you could hear all the bullshit behind it, right? Like,
No, you could.
his interpreter was even hesitating sometimes, and you'd hear him kind of whisper back at him like, Are you sure that's what you want me to say?
Are you sure? This sounds dumb. Now, I didn't even actually have to hear the press conference, and because when the news broke, the news was like, as soon as the $4 million was owed to this bookie that was under suspicion or whatever by like the federal government, and like Shohei Ohtani owed $4 million. I didn't care who placed the bets.
Didn't matter.
I didn't care. Somebody had the knowledge, because that was Shohei's money that they were betting. Dude wasn't betting his money. Not that far in the hole. I mean, I know interpreters can get paid, especially if you're the interpreter for Shohei. You're not $4 million paid.
Yep.
Where you can just run out and be like, yeah, here's some money. Here's $4 million. That was Shohei Ohtani's gambling. And you can't convince me otherwise. You could come up with, like, I don't know, every investigation that shows, no, this is how it is. It's true. It wasn't him. It's a lie.
Yep.
He gambled on baseball, but nothing is going to happen. He's not going to get suspended for years or lifetime ban or any of that crap, because baseball is in a situation where they need their world heroes. And he is one of, top, I guess, with all the football stars, he's
your number one baseball star, right?
Right, as far as worldwide. But,
yeah.
I mean, even with everybody else that's in all other sports, he's still, top 10?
Oh, easy, yeah.
So, yeah, you're not letting that cash cow go.
Think he's past Brady now, since Brady's been out of the limelight for a couple of years?
Right. Well, I think because of worldwide that Shohei's going to be ahead of, like, your football players. Just because of, more world knowledge. Like, Pat Mahomes around here is a lot bigger than Shohei Ohtani is. Worldwide, it's probably Shohei Ohtani.
Right.
So, that's my thinking anyway. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know.
Well, you are, but it's okay. I mean, we allow it, right?
I don't know what to volley with that tennis ball is, but that is our sports report, everybody. So coming up next, we are getting into the good, bad, and ugly, which is where we get into the famous people that are born today. And also, I've got a mystery shotgun, and there is a 90s movie that was a comedy that everybody loved. It's possibly getting a sequel, and I'll talk about that all next on the Colby IndyCarTim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to GolfCentralMag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to GolfCentralMag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at GolfCentralMag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569.
Day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show. Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports.
It was all me with you talking. It was weird.
Well, I mean, we look alike, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. Welcome to a Monday episode. Happy 2 days away from Hump Day.
You can't get away from the fact that it's not Hump Day, so you're adding it in any way you can.
I am. I just like to say Hump Day.
All right.
I understand we had some microphone issues earlier. I believe I have all of those cleared up for everybody now, though.
Oh, dear. I was unaware. So.
Yeah, I was too. It was my fault. It was a producer's error. We got it fixed, though. We got it fixed. I'm confident we got it fixed.
Well, good.
So the millions of you tuning in, make sure you come back because we have good quality audio now that we have an engineer that knows what he's doing.
Who the fuck is
I
that?
don't know. Some dude. I mean, some chick named Tatiana.
Oh.
Yeah, so big show for everybody coming up. Colby's Mystery Shotgun. We got some Deadpool, some Wolverine, some updates for you guys for the new Deadpool 3.
Yep.
Some exciting updates. We've got some Stars playoffs talk and maybe some Mavs missing the playoffs talk.
That's not happening.
Well, they're out right now. As of right now, Colby, they're out of the playoffs.
Everybody's tied from like 6 through 9 right now.
We'll get into that in the second hour. And then, of course, Colby's world-famous news and notes. But right now, Colby, it's time for America's favorite segment on the Colby IndyCarTim show.
It is time for the good, the bad, and the ugly, where I go through all the people that were born today, find the people that are famous enough to make my list, and then offer them to you guys along with me and Tim as we decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. And I have one omission that happened because we didn't do a show on this particular day, and it slipped by me. So
This can't slip.
This one can't slip because those that know, my favorite band in the whole entire universe is a Ukrainian rock band. That's a simple term. I need to go in what type of music they are, but it's a little bit harder than just your average rock. It's Ginger, and their lead singer is Tatiana Shmieluk. And hello, IndyCarTim's bedroom. Tatiana Shmieluk is 37 years old today. And
Tatiana.
On the 15th. So, but she wasn't in Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and she needs to be every single year. So, yeah, we're like 2 weeks behind on that, but
no, we can't leave her out. We got to make up for it.
Got to go ahead and let that go. So we'll go from, and so she'll be a part of this list.
Okay. But we've already voted her like last year. Wasn't she an ultimate good?
She probably should be if we didn't.
Yeah, no, we did.
All right.
So she's an ultimate good.
So she's an ultimate good. But starting off today, turning 98 years old, Gene Shalit.
Oh, my gosh. He invented the shallots.
He did. He also invented being a dumb POS.
Why is he a dumb POS with his afro and his mustache?
Just everything about him.
You don't like Gene Shalit?
Just pretty much.
If you don't like Gene Shalit. I like Gene Shalit. I mean, I haven't seen him in 20 years, but God, he's 98. You think he still has the afro?
You know what? If it hadn't fallen out, probably.
Let's see if we have a picture of Gene Shalit now.
Just I mean, even like when they used to make fun of him in like cartoons, when Gene Shalit would just show up in some random cartoon, it was still, I didn't really like that guy.
Oh, Lord.
He just.
Colby, would you like an update on Gene Shalit?
Sure.
And what he looks like?
Yeah, go ahead.
Throw this at you, and they're not actually side by side, but I'm putting them sort of side by side here.
All right.
It'll be a before, like how I remember Gene Shalit. I go back now, and then I put him in the StreamYard here, Colby, and then I have to click here, and then I have to click this right here, then double click on that. We produce on the air, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. He's kept true to his look, right?
He has. He has.
Huh. I like the red glasses. That's kind of looks like a cross between like Captain Kangaroo and John Wayne Gacy.
You know, if you had a cross between Captain Kangaroo and John Wayne Gacy on your Colby IndyCarTim bingo card, you win. Bonnie Bedlina, she's 76. You would know her as Holly McClane from the Die Hard movie.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that I knew her from. But the
Probably
fact
all she's been in.
The fact that it's her birthday.
Oh, so she made the famous birthdays list.
She did.
Oh.
She did, because she's Holly McClane from Die Hard, Tim.
Was she in all of the movies?
I think she was just in the first one.
Just the first one, right?
The second one, he was trying to go see her or something. She might have been a little bit in the second one. And the third one, all she got was a phone call, and it was at the end or near the end.
Right.
So that's actually before they went and like got Simon at his warehouse. Not that I have that.
Jeez. Deep dive.
Yeah, Lee Pace is 45. You would know him as Ronan from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ronan.
The bad guy with all the face paint and had the cowl on. And
oh, yeah. I knew
Ronan.
He was kind of a cool dude till he died, right?
Yeah, and then they brought him back because he was also in the Captain Marvel movie.
I was trying to look at what he looks like out of makeup, but I don't know that he's been anything. I mean, Ronan's a cool character, dude.
He is a cool character.
Like in the world of Marvel, is he that cool?
He in the world of the comic books, he could hold being a big bad for, a few, like about a series of books. He could be the big bad for a little bit.
Sweet. All right. I like Ronan.
Vladimir Klitschko turns 48 years old. Yeah, it's the weird Vladimir that starts with a W. But still.
Is he what? UFC?
Boxer,
same thing.
held that heavyweight title for a little bit, bud.
Did he?
Yep.
He beat up on Mike Tyson?
I mean, the Klitschko, no, they don't think they ever crossed paths.
We need to talk about the Tyson fight coming up here one of these days.
We do, even though there's nothing to worry about, everybody.
Because what's his face is going to get killed.
Oh, the Jake
Paul, whichever Paul is, he's going to die.
I don't know if die because this is where the money's coming from, but if it's anywhere near Tyson, like just not with his hands tied behind his back.
Have you seen the workout videos that he's posted?
Yes.
How fast? I thought the video was sped up.
Nope. It's just him.
Holy mother of God.
Doing the dipsy do and about to do the dunkaroo.
6 years old? 7?
Yeah. But it's Tyson.
I know.
I mean,
pretty sure I could take him.
No. Pretty sure. Dude, when Tyson came up to the fan for a little bit, I remember he was there for just a split second. I was like almost in the same room with him, right? I was like, I hadn't quite made it in there and already knew.
Yeah.
Just, you get that aura about somebody. the lizard in the back of my brain was going, yeah, you should run. You should leave now. There is a predator here that you can't handle.
Dude.
So the ex-hockey player and might also played baseball, Tom Glavine, is 58.
Chicks dig the long ball, Colby.
They do.
Remember that commercial with him and
With
Maddox?
All the other Braves pitchers that thought they could hit.
It was just those two that were trying to impress Heather Locklear in the commercial.
Right.
Chicks dig the long ball.
The appropriately named Cheryl Swoops is 53. If your name is Cheryl Swoops, there's no other thing you can do but play like basketball and or, fly a jet.
Swoops.
Right?
Might have changed that as a child if I knew I was going to be an athlete.
No, that's the perfect name.
I would have changed it to Cheryl Buckets.
Okay. If you're just going to go find something, yeah, but Swoops is awesome.
Cheryl Buckets.
My last name on the back of my jersey was always made me proud because it was my last name, but it's like that scares nobody. I'm Tree Jelly. That's what I am.
Tree jelly and cheese.
That's right.
Colby's a recipe.
All 4 feet of Danica Patrick is 42 years old.
Almost single-handedly destroyed IndyCar racing and NASCAR.
But also brought eyeballs to it.
I don't know why. She never did anything.
Because of the spectacle.
I guess. She's not even that great.
I mean, racing is a spectacle. Might as well add to it.
Ugh, it's gross.
You
know who my bad's going to be?
Is Gene Shalit.
No, he's probably not good.
She made Horseface sexy. Sarah Jessica Parker's 59 years old.
Okay, stop it.
What?
There's nothing sexy about that horse face.
She made Horseface sexy.
It's not sexy. It's a horse.
I'm telling you, what was like her main show was Sex in the City, right?
Yeah, but she wasn't the good looking one. She was the one everyone felt sorry for.
But she was she not the one? I don't know. I never saw the show. I guess I should go ask Kevin Hagelin.
Did you watch it?
Yes, of course. Kevin Hagelin watched Sex in the City.
This is before he was married too, huh?
Just on his own option, on his own cord.
What's the matter with him?
Cord.
While he was drinking Dr. Pepper and eating pink Starburst?
Yes, all of that.
Oh, Hagee.
She was in a movie.
It's probably my bad.
Sarah, you already had your bad.
I might have dual bads.
Sarah Jessica Parker was in a movie with Bruce Willis, and it's the movie. I think that was the movie because I went and saw it because Bruce Willis was in it. And then I'm at the movie theater, and somehow in the middle of it, I'm guessing it was a body double, but it was the first time I ever saw a penis in a movie. And it was like, and I was at the movies, so it was the size of the effing movie screen. I was like, Jesus!
Did you hear the? I don't know if that was Scooby-Doo or a horse. I don't really know which one that was. The 15-year-old ham child says, I'm pretty sure Danica Patrick was in a Sonic the Hedgehog racing game as a guest racer. Yeah, you know what, Eli? I bet she lost, too.
No, I mean, not unless
every time
you're controlling her.
Nobody can control Danica Patrick.
I mean, she's 4 feet.
That's Michael Andretti.
Aretha Franklin passed away in 2018.
Wow, Colby. Are you a fan?
I am. I can't not be a fan.
Right.
That much talent. Am I going to sit down and just pump out Aretha Franklin tunes? Probably not. But I am a fan.
But good God, what a talent.
Definitely. And turning 77 years old today, he's responsible for most Disney songs that you can't get out of your head. Elton John.
Excuse me. It is Sir Elton John, sir.
Not what it said when I wrote it down.
He is a Sir Elton John. Let's see, Colby. Who did you miss today? Colby, you missed one of the hottest athletes on the planet right now, and I mean by looks and performance.
Okay.
I believe she won an Olympic gold medal at the last Summer Olympics, whenever that was. Nobody watches Summer Olympics. Sha'Carri Richardson, Colby.
Well,
it's her birthday today. She's all over any NBC-owned entity, cable or otherwise, as they hype up their Olympic coverage. And I believe I didn't know I was going to. Because, dude, I've never heard of her before until I started seeing these commercials. And I'm not much into, you know what I mean, women of color. I'm just not. I mean, some of them I am. Most I'm not. But good God, she is gorgeous, as I will post a picture for you. And this is her in competition, okay? And just how massively gorgeous she is in competition. Probably shocking a lot of people here by stating this.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting.
Well,
There's
a process.
I know.
Here's your Sha'Carri Richardson as she is running.
Yeah, she's cute.
But so the commercial that she's in now has her not, in competition and just sort of normal people outed, like clothes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to describe that.
she's wearing normal people. I don't.
Yeah, like what you were about to say. But oh my gosh, dude, there's one more I'm gonna throw up here for you.
All right, go right ahead.
Because oh my gosh, here she is in normal people clothes. Not a very high risk picture. I apologize. But here's the thing. I also recently watched a video that she had made a couple of years ago protesting something. And number one, she's certifiably crazy, which kind of makes her even hotter.
She's a woman, so.
Right. And I don't know where she's from, what her background is. I could not understand one single word she was saying. And I don't mean she's from another country. She's from here. But I couldn't understand a word she was saying.
Tim, as long as if anybody with an accent is around you,
good day, mate.
Any accent whatsoever, you now can't hear them, even though they're speaking as plain as day. You can't hear them.
I just can't hear gibberish, which is what a lot of people speak these days.
Yet when I get a little bit tired and the total East Texas accent starts just drifting out of my mouth to where I might go straight Boomhauer. Tim seems to understand every word I'm saying.
Because my dad spoke Boomhauer just like you. Y'all are both from East Texas.
So
I get the East Texas thing. All right, Colby.
So there you are. There is your good, bad, and ugly list of people.
All right. I'll go first as I often do. Because, Colby, my good on this list, man, I had two of them. I've got to go one over the other. Sir Elton John
Is your good.
Is my good.
All right.
Because he's one of my favorites of all time. Going way back before the Disney thing. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road might be one of his best albums ever. Maybe one of the best albums ever. My bad, Colby. Gosh, it's no contest. Danica Patrick. It's no contest. I don't know. I don't remember what Bonnie Bellino looks like.
She's Holly McClane.
I know, but I mean like now. I'm going on now.
She probably looks almost the same, just older.
Vladimir Klitschko's probably pretty ugly. Cheryl Swoops is not attractive. Aretha Franklin's been dead for 6 years. She's probably not looking too good right now.
You can't go no, I will not accept any disparaging remarks anywhere near Aretha's name. Can't do it.
But Colby,
not allowing it.
My ugly. He was gonna be my good till Elton John. Gotta be Gene Shalit, right?
It does. It does.
What do you got?
All right, so my good, you didn't pick her because it was going to be Bonnie Bedelia.
Okay.
Because she's Holly McClane. It's Die Hard, but I got to go Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
My bad is Gene Shalit.
Why is he bad? What did he ever do?
You know what? Did you ever have those guys that no matter what, they were just always going to be under your skin? He was always that guy.
Really?
Yes.
Did you also hate Willard Scott?
Not as much as Gene Shalit.
I just don't understand what he did.
I mean, even as a kid, my brain said, well, it said attack. Like he's on this TV screen and I'm just like, "Boo! Boo!" Just
You barked at him like a dog.
wanting to go at him.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
So he's my bad. And my ugly, I'm, as much as I fought for the horse face, I got to go Sarah Jessica Parker.
Dude, at no point in her life has she ever been. She was ugly on Square Pegs. She was ugly when her and Matthew Broderick got married 72 years ago.
Hey, I'm saying I am not into the horse face, but if you are, that's the most attractive.
That's the one you want to go for, huh?
That's the most attractive of horse face.
You think she's better looking than Secretariat?
I mean, that's an actual horse face, so
I think Secretariat's better looking.
there you go. If you disagreed with anything that we said, cool. Sure, comment down below. And if you agreed, then also comment down below. I don't care. So there that is. And it's time to do a awkward segue into a segment that I'm leading, into another segment that I'm leading. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, yeah. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I'm your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. For those of you who don't know, this gets cut into a whole separate show once we're done, so that's the reason why I intro it. But to get into little things about going on in the comic book and movie universe, I'm going to start off with a little bit of a review, if I can, because I've now caught up on X-Men 97, and they are
like watching it.
Well, there's new episodes Wednesday.
How many episodes are there?
There's 2 right now.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
So it's literally brand new.
It's brand new.
Oh, okay. I saw it advertised, but I thought it's been out for a couple of years.
No. So
I'm gonna get into
the
it.
X-Men animated series, which was a big deal as for folks my age and a little bit younger, right? The X-Men in the 90s, the animated, that was one of them. It was like the Batman animated series was 1, and then the X-Men animated series was 2 for me. Is like when those cartoons came on, then everything else shut down. So this was the 90s, and it's a continuation from that series. It's like it's left off right where the 90s X-Men left off, and it's now, here you go, here's the next season. So for those that didn't watch it, I can catch you up real quick. So Professor X kind of passed away, but he ended up being taken to another universe, so he's not there. So they're treating it like he died, even though technically he didn't. And now there's no Professor X, which leaves Cyclops in charge, and everybody else is pretty much running the same. Said Gambit. I was going to say Gambit, and then I was like, hey, Gambit.
That's a person.
Part of the X-Men.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that people were upset by that kind of irritated me just a little bit.
Were they upset that it was a cartoon?
No, they weren't upset that it was a cartoon, because a lot of folks, there's a great contingent of people that were just as excited to hear the old school theme song come back, a little bit updated. And so as soon as that dun 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 as soon as that hit, I was like, okay, I need cookies
and milk.
I need cookies and milk, maybe some cheesy poofs, and to really watch this like I used to. But yeah, man, that as soon as that hit, it was great. But people were getting upset because one of the opening sequences, Gambit walks in and he's wearing a half shirt. And people are like, what's going on? What is wrong? Whatever. It's the 90s. It's still in the 90s for this. So yeah, the half shirt was a thing back then, especially if you're about to go play basketball or something. Yes. That would get you ready to watch some cartoons.
It's pretty badass.
And so they go through the intro.
If you want to do blow.
Yeah. And somebody's just kicking that Casio's ass, man, right now. They're just slamming the hell out of it. So, but it's done really well. I like the updated art because one of the things that kind of threw me off back in the day was they were using the character models that Jim Lee drew and making them animated, but he had a lot of dark shading in the stuff that he did, and they just kept it. And some of it didn't match or make sense, the heavy shading they were using. So they've updated it now. It actually looks a lot better. But people are upset that that Gambit had a half shirt on, which you're really upset by that. It got enough that it was trending on X.
Oh, wow.
And the other thing that people got upset at is that they've changed the character design of Morph, because Morph kind of looked like Rick Moranis without glasses back in the day and the old cartoon. And now he looks like no actual facial features. He's looks like a mutant. He looks like he could change into anything that, he wanted to as far as humans are concerned.
Right.
Like, his mutant power, Morph. And so they haven't said anything on the the actual cartoon or you're pointing it out, but people are trying to say that he's non-binary or whatever. And Tim, as soon as that was brought up, I was like, yeah, okay, I can see it. I can see him being that because his power is, since he was a teenager, is he can turn into either a woman or a man whenever he wants to, for as long as he wants to.
For advantages.
That is his mutant power. So if there was ever an explanation beyond all explanations for you to be put in that label, that's it. Your mutant power is, there's a ding dong. There's a vagina. Back to a ding dong.
Mark.
That's what he does. So, settle down. And plus, X-Men, if any show should be woke, it's the X-Men, because they've always been that. So if you're they're trying to be woke and force stuff on me, don't watch the X-Men, because it's literally what the whole comic book was about since its inception, was people not accepting mutants for being mutants, causing this whole war, and humans trying to kill the people they didn't understand. That's it. So anyway, X-Men 97, done really well. I don't know what happened to, still haven't heard what happened to the producer and creator of it, the guy that made all this, Bo DeMayo, because right as this was coming out, 2 weeks before the first episode was supposed to air, he deleted his whole social media and everything and got fired from Disney. So I don't know what happened, but kids, there's something that did happen there. So you don't just do all of that and nothing happened. So, but his name's still on it. At the end of it, there it is, Bo DeMayo. So it hadn't been.
Could have been that bad then.
They kept it there. So don't know what happened, but something happened. Going from there to a little bit of Deadpool and Wolverine news. As Tim, I sent you the new art that's out, the new promo art that's out for the movie. And if you can pop that on the screen. This is the new art that's out for everybody for the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And if you'll notice in the art, you have Baby Pool. So we already knew Baby Pool was going to be in there. Kid Pool, and of course, Deadpool in the middle. Dog Pool, and the one that I didn't know was going to be in this thing, Head Pool.
Head Pool's a thing, huh?
Head Pool's a thing. I didn't know. At some point, they're going to run out of time. They just can't put all of this.
Head Pool.
So Head Pool's in it.
How does Head Pool get around?
He's got a helicopter hat. Because he has a helicopter hat.
Okay.
There it is. You can see it.
All right.
There's the helicopter hat.
Which is cooler, Head Pool or Spider Pig?
Just wait, because Ryan Reynolds is doing all of this, right?
He's voicing all of it.
So Head Pool is going to be amazing. You'll probably, and yes, Dog Pool is they got the ugliest dog to ever exist. It's also simultaneously one of the cutest dogs to ever exist because it's so damn ugly. It's now reverse and cute.
Of course.
So Dog Pool is that. I don't know what they're doing. If Baby Pool's obviously going to be CGI'd in some manner, form, or whatever. And so is Kid Pool, but yeah. So there you go. You've got those variants along with the Wolverine variants. And yes, if you haven't heard, Henry Cavill is going to be a Wolverine variant. Maybe you weren't here last week when I told everybody that was happening, but yes, breaking news on that last week.
They should let you be a Wolverine variant. You already have the facial hair. You just got to grow it out right.
Yeah. No, as soon as they ask me to, I'm there.
You just have to go, and it'll go.
Just grow it back out again.
Yeah. You had it once.
Yep, and mainly because I always thought that was cool.
It is cool.
So, yeah, I should do that again.
You should do it again.
Yeah, that may be the
When's that coming out, in July?
The next trailer for, here's breaking news for you. The next trailer for the Deadpool and Wolverine movie is happening in May. So, that's the next trailer. As far as when it's actually going to be released, it's tentatively for the fall right now.
Okay.
A fall release, and it's probably got an actual date on it. But until they go thumbs up, we've done edited this fool and everything's good, you're not going to really get an actual lockdown number on that thing that they will stick to. Now, here's the other news that I was surprised that Tim actually knew when I started to tell him about it. As per Christopher McDonald, he was on a radio show, and he said, hey, guys, so Adam Sandler called me, was talking to me, and he had in his hand the script for Happy Gilmore 2. So
yes,
Happy Gilmore 2 is in the works. And I when I said that to you, I honestly didn't know if you were going to be like, yes, like you are right now, or, well, damn.
Colby, this is much like the 30 years that I had to wait for, more than 6 years that I had to wait for Top Gun 2.
Okay, right.
I've been waiting since, when did Happy Gilmore, like 96?
Yes.
So now almost 30 years for Happy Gilmore 2. And look, Adam Sandler is famous for not doing sequels. He's had one sequel of all of his movies, and that was Grown Ups 2.
Right.
And I know you haven't watched those movies. You're probably not a fan of although I think you would enjoy Grown Ups 2. But like Grown Ups 1 and 2, ask any of my kids, that's on at any given time on one TV in my house. If it's on TV on any channel, it'll be on. It's one of those that I stop down. Like if it's on, I have to stop down, just like Under Siege.
Okay.
Let's see. Air Force One, Legally Blonde. Yes, Legally Blonde. Just Hunt for Red October. All of these. If it's on, I have to stop down and watch it. Right. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. And Happy Gilmore is one of those. Billy Madison is one of those. But, I'd like to see a sequel to Billy Madison just to see them continue the story. But, like, that'll probably never happen.
What, where he goes to college?
Yeah, and becomes a teacher. Like, I feel like there's something there, right?
Okay.
But you got to have Bridget Sampras in it again, like his girlfriend, because, man, she was hot. But, like, the Happy Gilmore 2 continuation, like, how great would it have been if Carl Weathers was still around,
Of course.
Like, I guarantee you he's kind of like, at this point, like, crap, we missed it, but it'll be great. Everything he touches is great. And I guarantee you this comes from the fact that Grown Ups 2, the only sequel that he did, was bigger than the first movie. Like, money-wise. It was hugely successful. It was great. Had much of the same cast in it. I don't know what, I don't know what the storyline is going to be on this. We haven't seen any of that yet, but guarantee it's going to be great.
Well, I'm halfway interested. I actually saw Happy Gilmore.
Sure.
So
you had to.
Yeah. So, and I enjoyed it, and I tried to mimic his golf swing successfully more times than unsuccessfully.
Oh, and you know who else is gone? Bob Barker.
Yeah. Well, don't they just get Drew Carey to come out there now?
How great would it be to see him beat up Drew Carey, like in real life, though?
Well, and is the prices, and just go back
price is wrong, bitch.
So, I mean, go ahead, update it but Happy Gilmore, okay. I'm meh. Kind of like Top Gun again. Like meh.
Did you see it?
Top Gun again?
Top Gun the second time around?
Top Gun Electric Boogaloo? No, I didn't.
Well, then don't shit on it then if you haven't seen it, because it's as good, if not better, than the first one.
No, I'm just saying how I felt about it.
About it coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How I felt about it. Not that, hey, you said it was awesome and it was totally worth all of your time and all of that. And it was one of your great movies. Hey, people have great movie experiences all the time that if I were in the same spot, I would not like.
You know what else I thought was great back in the day?
What's that?
Ishtar. Everybody hated Ishtar.
Uh-huh.
I loved Ishtar. You even know what I'm talking about.
Is that?
Had Warren Beatty and who else was in that movie? It's from the late 80s.
Okay, the only Warren Beatty movie I remembered was Dick
Tracy. I knew you were going to say that. You didn't see Heaven Can Wait?
Damn! Why in the hell would,
I mean, it's right up your alley. It's about death.
Oh, yeah. Heaven Can Wait. That title totally intrigues me. Way to go. So there you go. There is your mystery shotgun.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, that's all you wanted more?
I don't care.
That's what we got. So coming up next, we've got a little Stars playoff. No, we don't. That's an old run sheet that I wrote my notes on. We do have Stars,
but it's still the same.
Stars and Mavs prep and a little bit of NHL and NBA playoff talk, along with, well, he's going to try an S on the Mavs, and I'm going to try and make you feel better.
I'm not.
And news and notes. That's all coming up on the Colby IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much, if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. The man chugging the protein chips over there is Colby Sapp.
What up?
a.k.a. Tilleman, a.k.a. the Cooch, a.k.a. Hercules, a.k.a. the Thunder from over in Euless.
The Thunder from Euless Under?
Yeah, that didn't really rhyme.
No.
I was trying. To rhyme. Coming up, Colby's world-famous news and notes.
Yes, and we have fun planned, kids, so hold on to your butts.
Here in about 18 minutes or some such. But first, Colby, I thought we'd get into a little bit of more sports. Of course, the Dallas Stars, about 10 games left, I think, in the season.
Yep.
The Dallas Mavericks, 12 games, I think, including tonight. They're on tonight, probably tipped off. I don't know, they might be teeing off here in a couple months because make the playoffs.
You're dumb.
I think they tipped off at 8:00 Central Time.
Yeah, against the Utes.
The Utah Utes.
The Utah Utes.
What is a Ute? Great movie too. Gosh, she was so hot in that movie. Should I speak more respectfully of her because she won like an Academy Award for that movie?
Yeah, sure.
Or can I still talk to her like a dirty piece of meat?
You do you.
Boo?
I didn't say boo.
He wanted to, though.
No,
he wanted to boo me.
Actually, the term hit my brain and goes, that's not for Tim, and it got rejected.
But you started to. Colby was about to boo me, y'all. Like in a good way. You do you, boo.
Yeah, about to is no, wasn't close.
Colby scoring update. 4:42 left in the first quarter. Mavs are down to the Jazz. 24-21.
Yeah,
that's it. It's over.
That's not gonna last long.
Season's over, Colby. Let's talk stairs first.
All right. So we going to get this President's Cup or what?
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
I think they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, Colby, in the hunt for the President's Cup, which is for the best record or most points.
Right.
I believe they go by points, right? Not just because you could have less wins and more points.
Yes, hockey goes by points.
Yeah. So,
oh my God, I think Spittle just turned off his everything right then.
Because we're saying, oh, by the way, they've got 3 quarters in hockey, not 4.
It's points and period.
Points and quarters. How many touchdowns did they score, Colby?
Sweet Jesus.
So let's see. The Stars have 97 points through 72 games. That is second in the West to the Canucks with 98.
Yep.
With 71 games played. Also tied are the division rival Avalanche with 97. Over in the East, 2 teams tied at with 97 points, the Panthers and Bruins. The New York Rangers of New Yorkdom of Gotham with 98 points. So, dude, they're right there, aren't they?
They are.
But most of the teams behind them with 97 have one more game to play.
Doesn't mean they win it, Tim.
No, I know. We call that a game in hand in
Right.
hockey, guys. That's what. See, Colby and I are doing hockey speak now. Should I put my Stars jersey on to do this segment? Or do I sound like a hockey idiot?
I mean,
we should do that on part. We should do it's a hockey idiot segment where we talk about hockey like 2 guys that have never watched hockey.
Now, okay, you do realize that the Stars fan, the actual like hardcore fan, gets the most upset of any sports fandom when you start, meandering around their words, right? Where you don't quite get close enough to it. It's like if you were to start talking wrestling like Corey Majors does.
Yeah, like I do sometimes.
Where you almost, enough to be almost right, but you're not. But you do that in reverse to Stars fans, where you got on your hockey jersey. You almost said sweater. You almost got it right, but then you said yeah. It'd be like folding a road map the wrong way with like my mom, like duct tape to a wall. She's just not gonna be able to handle it.
Or call it a hockey sweatshirt.
Yeah, sweatshirt.
Colby, I don't understand. What is it? Issing?
Yes.
What? Just because it goes to the other side of the arena.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Don't call it a rink. No, make sure it's an arena too. Holy smack talk. There are people that are just
Okay, for those of you that don't know, I've been around the NHL since I was like 8 years old because I lived in Canada. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. I just choose to sound stupid sometimes.
Okay.
Because it's funny.
It is. I'm just telling you that the Stars fandoms or the hockey fandom is going to lose their shit.
Who are these guys? Maybe we'll go viral in like the worst way possible, right?
Right. We're just, you see that TikTok with those idiots?
Hockey idiots. And then SNL is going to want us to come do a sketch. Then the guys from SCTV are going to want to have us on.
Right.
Then before you know it, we'll be on, what is it, Spits and Suds.
Yeah.
The world famous hockey podcast.
Right after we were on Mad TV.
Right after we were on Barnaby Jones. Speaking of defunct TV shows. So yeah, you're right. They've got a shot at the President's Trophy. Do you know how many President's Trophies the Stars have in their history?
Oh.
I'm not 100% certain. I think I know, but I'm going to look it up here.
My brain's wanting to tell me 2, but
I think one.
I was about to say, I can't be certain of the 2.
Oh, and of course, now Wikipedia won't tell us because it used to list those things.
Well, it's not going to do that now.
Oh, yeah, here we go. President's Trophy. Oh, 2. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot about the one 97-98. I knew the 98-99, the cup year.
Right.
But the year before, they also won the President's Trophy. But they didn't start the President's Trophy until like 95, I think, right? Or 94. Like, that's a fairly new award that they started handing out.
I'm going to say yes, even though technically I don't know that answer. I'm just going to say it.
But, you know, and it very rarely indicates the Stanley Cup winner or even the team that makes the Stanley Cup finals.
Well, that's because you're not every, as we're now seeing, it doesn't mean you're number one, doesn't mean that you're actually the best. Like, I think football is the one kind of, if you're a number one seed in football, because of how important every single game is,
right? You
can kind of prove that you are the best in that division, and you've got to be knocked down in order to not make it to Super Bowl. I get it.
Right.
But say with so many games, now all of a sudden the number one seed may not be the best. They were just locked in for the whole time. They might be tired now because there's, whatever, damn near 80 something games in NBA, NHL, and then 160 in MLB. So yeah, those guys that were on pace to be the best in those, it's a little bit different.
So I was a little bit off, Colby. The President's Trophy started at the end of the 85-86 season.
So only a decade off. I'm glad I said I'm agreeing with you, but I absolutely don't know that answer.
Right. I remember that, but it replaced, and I remember this, the NHL League Champions Trophy. It's basically the same thing. The team with the most points. They just call it the League Champions.
I'm going to be honest. At that time, I had no interest in hockey.
And you shouldn't have. I mean, you never went to Dallas Blackhawks games.
Right.
Like I did. By the way, do you know who the voice of the Dallas Blackhawks was?
Obviously, the answer is no, Tim.
Eric Nadel.
Well, now I do.
Was your Dallas Blackhawks. We'll get into that talk. That's a funny story, too, that Nadel told on Norm's show a couple of months ago. Rangers fans will find it interesting. We'll get into that later.
Since you brought that up, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and reissue. Those that don't know and you're looking for the one, the only, the greatness that is Norm Hitchkiss, you can find him right here with us on FanStream Sports. So just go to the website, fanstreamsports.com, and you can find every single Norm show, all of our shows, along with some other people there that you may be like, oh, that guy. I guess I should go listen to that guy. So little places growing over here, and you might find some stuff other than us that you find interesting, but always come back to us because, we're selfish.
It's all at fanstreamsports.com and the fanstreamsports.com YouTube channel, Colby.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of trivia. The last team to win the President's Cup and win the Stanley Cup, 2012-2013 Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, we just keep running into the same Blackhawks.
Careful.
Yep.
Got to enunciate, Colby.
Mm-hmm. Can't space out that word too much.
No. Please enunciate.
There you are.
So, we had the Hockey Hawk on here not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, talking about the Stars chances, and he really said it all kind of boils down to matchups. The Stars did improve themselves a little bit at the trade deadline, getting Chris Tanev.
Right.
Just a badass defenseman, man. He's a little aged, but that just means he's experienced, and he has impressed me beyond comprehension just since he's been here. I don't catch every game because it's on Bally's, but I try to catch the highlights on YouTube, the same way you watch your Maverick games.
Right.
But I think he's going to make a difference here in the playoffs. The Stars are clearly in the playoffs. We mentioned where they are in the standings. They are second in the Central Division, tied for second in the Central Division in points. They are, and see, here's an exact example of what I was talking about. You can have more wins and less points. The Avalanche have 97 points on 46 wins. The Canucks have 98 points on 45 wins. It all goes to the regulation losses, right? And the overtime losses.
Right.
So it's important. I'm really glad that NHL got rid of ties, by the way.
Well, yeah.
I was bummed out about that. However, Colby, over in the association, things might not look so bright. And here's what's funny. You said things were so bumbled up, right?
From 6 through 9 or whatever it is, everybody's almost got the same record.
So 6 is your Suns with a .592 winning percentage. Kings are in 7th with .586. The Mavericks have .586, and they're at 8th. Lakers at .549. And so earlier today, when I was putting together the run sheet, I looked up the standings. The Mavericks were in 11th outside of the playoffs.
Oh, that wasn't right.
So now they're in 8th. And of course, the top 10, what is it? 8, 10. We talked about this earlier, and I still can't remember what it was.
It's the top 10. That's the play-in game. So, yeah. So 7 and 8 play, 9 and 10 play.
Right.
And then the loser of 7 and 8 has to go play the winner of 9 and 10.
Right. So discombobulated. I don't understand it. Why can't we just say the top 8 get in?
Well, because they're, people have almost made it and thought they were, just like, and so they're trying to do something for that.
Oh, we almost made it, so just let us in anyway. I mean, that's okay. Look, everybody gets a trophy. I hate the NBA. I swear to God, I hate the NBA.
Yeah, but you're okay with wiener tackles.
I mean, if somebody can tackle a man with his wiener, more power to him and his wiener. All right, that's all I'm saying. Colby, the Mavericks are 7-3 in their last 10.
Yep.
As are the 2 teams ahead of them, the Kings and the Suns.
Correct.
And literally everybody above them, that or better, other than the Clippers at 5-5 in their last 10, they are in 4th place, 44-26.
I believe coming up for the Mavericks after this, I think it's after the Utah game that they're playing tonight, which they should beat Utah. You have a home and home with the Kings. So
no, actually, you're very close.
Okay.
You have a road and road against the Kings.
Road and road against the
You
Kings.
play the Kings tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then you stay in Sacramento all week, and you don't play them again until Friday night.
So
what is messed up about the schedule to make that happen?
Well, the COVID. I don't know.
What? That was 4 years ago. Blame Obama.
So,
but you've got games against the people you're chasing, right?
Correct. You do.
The Kings twice. You got the Well, I don't know where the Warriors are. They suck, right?
Well, they're 10th, I believe, right now.
Yeah. And then you've got the Warriors again. You've got the Rockets. Where are the Rockets in our standings? They suck. On my birthday, Colby.
They're not doing great.
And then you've got some Eastern Conference games against the Hornets, the Heat, the Pistons. And then you end the season April 14th against the Thunder.
The schedule right now, this is my own, I think that the amount of wins that you can rack up is pretty good here, especially with the way the Mavericks are playing. I mean, they just, last week set the record for how many dunks they've had in a game. Like 18 or 19 by one dude or whatever. It was insane.
Ridiculous.
And they are truly just all over everybody's heads right now. And no matter what happens this season, I would love to see the Mavericks, of course, make it into the playoffs, make it out of the play-in game and go into it. And I think you could see a second round at least out of this team. But giving them a full season to play together with this group, I would love to see what they do next season. That's kind of where I'm at as they've been putting this thing together. I love the amount of, because you're talking about Lively being on his second year with Gafford and PJ Brown and Kyrie doing his thing, and that the whole squad, and then what's happened with Exum, and you put all that together and then have them have a year to have played together, and you'll start to see that that's going to look nice. I really like the way this team's put together. I really do believe that the brain behind this is put something together that we all, because you remember where this thing started with the Mavericks?
Yeah, not good.
You had Luka, and you had a bunch of contracts that nobody thought you could ever move, right? And then you went off and you got Kristaps and thought that was your thing. And through finagling and through trades, you're now looking at this is now your Dallas Mavs. And this squad actually looks like an actual squad. It's not just Luka versus the world out there anymore.
Yeah.
So the only other piece that I would like to see moved away from, and it's not because I do not like this player, it's just that I don't know if he quite fits. It's the Tim Hardaway Jr.
Okay.
It's the one guy that I would love to see if they could get something else, maybe a little bit more consistent than him, because when he's on fire, he's on fire. He's NBA Jam on fire. Everything that he throws up is going in the bucket. But when he is ice cold, there's nothing going in there. Don't why. And he doesn't care. He's shooting. So, which, I mean, that's how you break out of a slump. I understand, but still.
You want to know the piece I want to replace? As soon as possible.
Jason Kidd.
Yes, sir. Get that sorry excuse for a head coach out of here.
They're starting to listen to him again, Tim.
And how long is that going to last? Until they don't again. And you want to go through this thing for another full seat, waste another year of Luka.
I'm not saying
with Jason Kidd as his coach.
I'm not saying that I do. I'm also not, I'm not quite there at your point. Of course, you've never been at my point where I was like, oh no, he's great. I'm now kind of dwindled
off. Not as a coach, no.
I've kind of dwindled off a little bit off of that just because of the downward turn that this thing took. And how could a coach let that happen? I understand. But I've never been at the point where you think that you'd rather have any member of the Simpsons out there coaching other than Jason Kidd.
I would take Maggie Simpson coaching this. I didn't like the hire when it happened. And dude, I love Jason Kidd. He's one of my favorite Mavericks as a player. I've never thought he was that as a coach. I'd never understood the hype behind him as a coach. I never got it. And you're seeing a lot of that now.
The main hype that's behind him is the hype that he's a guy that when players walk in, they go, oh, yeah, that guy. I remember him playing, right? There's still some of that. Now, did they watch? They just remember that he was really, really, really effing good.
He was. So, you know who else was really good playing and couldn't coach too? Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was a decent coach.
He was a decent coach. Wasn't a great. You know what? I think Jason Kidd's a decent coach. Probably not as good as Bird was, but I'd call him a decent coach. But dude, that's it. Decent coaches don't win championships.
Oh, they do all the time.
Sometimes bad coaches win. Who's that dude? And Mike Brown? Good God.
Well, I mean, that was just riding the LeBron James tour.
I know. Well, who was that other guy that won a bunch of titles? Pat Riley.
No, I mean,
I'm just
there's
kidding.
no reason to like, for our situation, there's no reason for us to like Pat Riley.
I hate Pat Riley.
But you have to respect the fact that he's good.
Happy birthday to him, by the way. What, Wednesday?
That was like
he was on our list on Wednesday.
Last week. Yeah. So there you go. Tim totally hates the Mavericks. I totally love them and think they're going to do great. He thinks they're going to do shit because he doesn't actually like basketball
their coach
at all. So there you go. Now this great segue as we make it into. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making it sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Before I get into News and Notes, I need to tell everybody that if you are a video game player and maybe you've ventured through the Call of Duty world for a little bit, this new mobile Call of Duty has all of my attention. It is the greatest thing that you can.
You were playing it when I walked in the studio tonight.
I was. It's what I've always wanted is mobile gaming that's actually good. And this
never had a Game Boy?
That's actually good. Right? Yes, I've had Game Boys, and all the way up to the Game Boy Advanced, and hell, I even believed in the PSP. The portable portable PlayStation.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, that was a thing for a little bit. I've always wanted that to where I can almost have that same experience that I have at the house. I can just have it on the go. Just never quite made it there. This actually makes it there. Actually having a good time. As, by the way, in case you didn't know, your PlayStation remote, PlayStation 4 or 5, will link to both iPhones and Androids.
It's amazing to me.
So you can actually use your controller in this, and everybody else that's using their touchscreen, you will whip their ass. Guaranteed. You can tell those people, too, because they walk in a straight line. It's real easy to hit those MFers. So, Colby 1053, I've never changed my Call of Duty name or Sony name since I left the fan, but I don't want to.
We know who you are.
So, if you're looking for somebody to play with, hit me up on that friendy.
Oh, I'm a mark where you just say hit me up.
And we'll do that. But as I'm now leading into, let's get into we're going to Mount Everest.
Yeah,
I'm
not dressed for that.
For like the one of the first times we've ever went to Mount Everest in News and Notes. As a Welsh woman on a trek to a base camp on Mount Everest, she was FaceTiming her family. This Emma Keene, 42 years old, as she was FaceTiming her family, you can imagine she's got her
There's
phone.
Wi-Fi up there?
There's something up there. She's
Wow.
FaceTiming her family. She was speaking to her brother and wife and their son, Bobby, showing them.
Bobby?
Hey, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Propane, Bobby. Showing their son this yak.
Don't talk back.
So she's showing her son this yak. Hey, look, here's a yak. The yak didn't like the fact that he was now on FaceTime.
Oh, no.
And she charged the lady.
How much?
Charged
the
lady and flipped her up in the air while she was on FaceTime. Like charged her, hit her, flipped her up in the air. By the way, gored her through the leg and slung her about.
I don't know yaks could do that.
Oh, man.
Mean.
Don't talk back. Yeah, no. It flew up in the air and then landed. And, of course, people came over to help her. The whole time she's still on FaceTime.
This is on Everest?
This is on Everest.
So there's just like people randomly up there? Like
it's a base camp.
Is it like the mall?
Yes. It's the Mount Everest Mall base camp.
No, that was a thing.
Can you imagine? Not her, but the child
on the other end of the phone.
Yeah, hey, Bobby. Yeah, hi, Mom. Oh, that's a yak. Oh, no. Oh, no. By the way, Emma's fine.
What about the yak?
She got lifted out and everything's been repaired, but still, I can't imagine Bobby watching her mom getting gored by a yak. There's some therapy. If you thought your kid was that kid's going to need some therapy.
Mm.
and probably never be able to be around a yak ever again.
I bet he never climbs Mount Everest either.
No. And if anybody ever even says the word yak, he's just like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Well, see you later.
Big gulps, huh?
Yeah.
Is there a 7-Eleven up there too?
You know what? Yes. The base camp right next to the Goring Yak, there's a 7-Eleven.
Probably got a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Right.
Old Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I need a scarf. You think they got one here in Old Navy? Gold.
Do you hear about the guy that went and stole a whole truck of Old Navy clothing?
No.
He ended up with like tens of dollars worth of material. It's great. Let's go to, well, as the Pasco police are on their way to catch, can't believe this guy got this name. Captain Underpants.
Yes. It's a great movie.
So this is late last Saturday night, approximately midnight. The proprietors of CM Motors, located on the 200th and 20th in Pascal, were alarmed to witness an individual amid car theft attempt on their premises. The vigilant business owners observed the perpetrator smashing the windows of two Kia vehicles in apparent bid to abscond with them. Who wrote this?
Abscond?
Abscond.
I have to look that up, Colby.
Promptly responding to the call, officers arrived on the scene just as the thief was maneuvering one of the stolen cars out of the lot, only to be thwarted by the strategic positioning of the police patrol car. He parked in front of the gate. That's how that happened. The thief got out, tried to run away. They finally caught up to him. The reason why he was now the Captain Underpants, by the way, is his method of covering his face was his own underwear.
I get it now. Colby, the definition of abscond
is to theft.
Is to withdraw and hide oneself.
Yes.
Can we not just say hide?
Oh, I mean, I knew what abscond meant.
I did. In my head, I did. I just needed to see a definition. Somebody's showing off. Okay, whoever wrote this.
I'd appreciate that more than the person that spelled things wrong or just put stuff in there that was wrong.
Like they spell the word hide wrong.
You know what? I think, though, if I was going to go attempt thievery, I think I would put more thought into just ripping off my own underwear, which I don't wear. But if I did, and then placing it on my head.
Yeah. Well, hope he wiped okay.
I mean,
have a Tim experience.
What would be your, are you the ski mask bandit? Are you just going with that? Are you the taupe pantyhose bandit?
See, the problem is my body type lends to identifying me pretty easily.
Right.
I mean, I feel like even if I covered my face and you put me in a lineup, you probably could still recognize me because of my body. I have a Tim body, right?
That's pretty much it.
It's just a Tim body. So, first of all, I'm not going to thievery.
Right. But if you were, you'd be just go grab
probably wear a ski mask.
Ski mask. I mean, I think I'd want to go with something cool. Like maybe I'd wear like a Spider-Man mask, be the Spider-Man bandit.
So I would wear a ski mask with like a pajama onesie of some animal that would hide my body type, right?
You're wearing a parka?
No, just I want like pajama onesies.
Okay. With the
feet in them and everything. But I probably put boots over the little feetsy things.
So you'd be the PJ bandit?
Yeah. Oh man, I would be the PJ bandit. The hooded, the masked PJ bandit.
Hey, Tim.
It's going to be my new Twitter handle.
Let's go to Alaska where...
Oh, I love Alaska.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Uh-oh.
A bill passed in the Alaska House of Representatives on Friday that would raise the age of sexual consent to 18 in Alaska.
From?
16.
So you want to go to Alaska?
No. Nowhere near it.
I mean, there's good fishing and stuff.
No.
That's what I heard. Bars and stuff.
Why don't you up to date your rules, Alaska?
They did.
What's
the drinking age?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's at least 18.
It's 21.
It's 21.
So you can do the inclined hokey pokey legally at 16, but you can't drink for another 5 years.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you can still do the inclined hokey pokey at 16 with other 16-year-olds.
Right.
But
not at 21.
No, you can't. Man, crap. I hate you so much right now.
Confused right now.
I'm not confused. I just don't like you.
Age of consent.
Let's go from there to
By the way, I call that band name.
That's the worst band name.
Age of consent.
Let's go to Roseville, where police officers said they recently arrested a person after they were found with over $9,000 worth of stolen merchandise from a grocery store. Let me repeat this. They recently arrested a person, one, after they were found with over $9,000 worth of stolen merchandise. This sounds like cop math to me. From a grocery store.
It's messed up.
Including items such as Spam, instant coffee, alcohol, and more. I would have put the alcohol first in this sentence because that seems to be the most expensive product. The Spam and instant coffee, and you somehow got to $9,000. That is a lot of spam.
It's a lot of spam.
That's like 2 email folders worth of spam. That's incredible. So the Roseville police said that the 2 suspects, they only arrested one, were involved in the theft, but added that it has been unable to locate the second person involved. On Thursday, Roseville police officers were called to a grocery store on the 9,000 block of Wood Creek Oaks Boulevard for a recent theft. That's where they got their $9,000 worth from, because it was on the 9,000 block. Well, just put a dollar sign by it. That's how much spam and alcohol's here.
I call that band name too.
Spam and alcohol?
Yes.
They filled their vehicle with various items. All right. $9,000. Right now, with current grocery store prices, if you go buy $200 worth of groceries, yeah, you might fill up most of your trunk, right?
Yep.
How many times you got to go steal from grocery stores in Roseville, which doesn't sound like a giant place and probably has, 2, maybe 3 grocery stores? And you swiped $9,000 worth of groceries from them. How many trips is that? I mean, it said a car. It didn't say an SUV. It didn't say, a Dodge Ram. It just seems like a lot of groceries. Maybe again, it's cop math. But who's going to know?
By the way, Colby, I have an update.
What's that?
On the age of consent.
Uh-huh.
So the age of consent at 16 means a 16-year-old can legally date and have sex with anyone over the age of 16.
Correct.
I was thinking they would make it just like 16 to 18 or something, but you can be a 40-year-old man.
Yes.
In Alaska. And by the way, you want to know what 2 other states have a 16-year-old age of consent?
No, but yes.
Wyoming and New Mexico. Want to go to New Mexico, Colby?
Nope.
They've got good skiing there.
I don't want to. The only reason I go to New Mexico is because of their burnt chilies.
What is that?
They have the
they're hatch green. Yeah.
They have the chilies the whole time.
I do like
the
those.
New Mexico chilies that they have in the big roller, and they just set them on fire.
You should do that here.
Yep. Let's go from there to plane experts, because plane experts have warned people that they might want to rethink their traveling outfits. Here's the exact wording. Try and avoid things that are normally like yoga pants or just your casual wear that is not made of completely like cotton. But you got your actual artificial fibers and stuff that are in there.
Right.
Try not to wear those. The reason why they say not to wear those is because if the plane catches fire, your clothes could end up burning to you.
Oh, God, right? And then they're stick to you and burn into your skin.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm in the air and the plane catches fire, it's pretty much Dunskies anyway, right? We're going down.
You really going to care about your skin, your clothes burning into your skin when you're
I mean, I'm always going to care about that, but I don't think once that's happening, the fact that I chose yoga pants is the least of my worries. The plane's on fire.
You know what we need to put on the wheel?
Yoga pants?
Yeah, you got to wear yoga pants for a full day. Like with stirrups and everything.
I mean, I have workout pants that are basically yoga pants.
I've got to see these.
You know,
like men's yoga pants.
Pretty much is what they are.
Colby.
Pretty much.
I don't know who you are anymore.
I usually wear shorts on top of them, but yeah, that's what they are.
You need to cut some stirrups into them.
Nope. Not doing it.
Wheel.
And finally, let's go to Wasco. You Wasco people, you. And the reason why we're going there is because a man was arrested on Friday. Tim sent me this picture, by the way. A man was arrested on Friday after appearing to carry and eat a body part from someone who was killed by a train in Wasco.
Mm-hmm.
Video circulated on social media showing the incident.
Mm-hmm.
So the
leg.
So the Kern County Sheriff's Office said that Ricindo Tellez, 27, was arrested on Friday following the train collision. And he's the guy, he's charged with removing and mutilating human remains. Here's what happened, everybody. There was an accident. Dude was hit by a train, and Ricindo saw the thing happened, walked over to the wreckage, pulled him out a leg, and just started eating it.
This guy gets literally blown up by a train, body parts everywhere. He picked up his leg and carried it a couple of blocks.
Yep.
And decided to go to Flavortown.
I know. I mean, hunger's a bitch, right? It is. But that's something different. That's something real different. I mean,
I wonder if he dipped it in milk.
I don't think he was sane enough to. In fact, I hope they did more. I mean, this is patient zero type shit.
Yeah, that's what you commented on Twitter.
This is
that's how AIDS started.
This is how like the zombie outbreak starts with somebody doing this stuff, and then the bacteria does the shit, and the next thing you know, we've got actual like
World War Z
fucking zombies. And we can all look back at the day Ricindo decided that leg was good enough for him. Appreciate it, dude.
If he seasoned it at all.
No.
Like, what are you eating off of I guess there's plenty of meat on a leg, right? Like, not muscle or... What body part would you eat first?
Off a human?
Sure.
No.
All right.
No. Not.
Like, I'd have been throwing up from the sight of the body parts everywhere, right? Like, it's not going to make me hungry.
No. It'll make me hungry later because everything came out. But at the time, no. So, but yeah, so if we end up all under a zombie apocalypse, it's because this guy.
It's all his fault.
This guy right there. And there you go, kids and ladies and gentlemen. That's news and notes, everybody.
Well, thank you, Colby Sapp, for bringing that to our attention. Bringing that to our detention. We are the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on Fan Stream Sports. You can hear us every Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, live from the DSP Media Podcast Studios here in North Dallas, right off the tollway. And then you can hear us either on the Fan Stream Sports app, which is free to download on Android and iPhone, or on fanstreamsports.com. Video and audio is over there for you. As well as all of our recorded shows, our other live shows that you can hear throughout the week at fanstreamsports.com and the mobile app and the YouTube channel. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.
Yeah.